Hello, welcome. Thank you for joining us on this edition of NEWS2. I'm Sandra Gumansing. Happy Friday. And our top story, with the onset of the e-economy, Bank of St. Croix will be able to offer more with expanded services through acquisition of Bank of St. Croix by United Fidelity Bank. The sale of the locally owned Bank of St. Croix will provide residents and businesses of St. Croix with mobile phone banking as well as more small business administration loans. The local bank will retain its name and majority of staff while continuing to offer the same and new types of products. Richard Dorsey has more.
At present, we are excited about a pending transaction we have where the bank's assets will be acquired by United Fidelity Bank. We think that this will be a wonderful move for the Bank of St. Croix in that it will allow us to expand our product offerings to our customers. We think it will bring additional products and benefits to the community as a whole.
For aspiring entrepreneurs and business owners, Bank of St. Croix's expanded services will also allow them to have more resources and financial loans.
I think we will become part of a larger organization, and we too are helping bring growth to United Fidelity Bank. And so definitely there will be some improvements in terms of economies of scale. As a small standalone community bank, a lot of what we do, we have to create and produce in-house. This will give us access to a broader network of services. Bank of St. Croix has been part of some recent initiatives that have been conducted by our Division of Banking and Insurance, and recently attended one of their seminars for small business entrepreneurs. And we are hopeful that this partnership with United Fidelity Bank will allow us to be more active in that arena.
And with the acquisition of Bank of St. Croix by United Fidelity Bank, Virgin Islanders can see an increase in services and opportunities.
Bank of St. Croix customers and St. Croix residents can visit any of the two bank branches for more information on these services. While citing lack of progress on the territory's landfills during Thursday's quarterly compliance hearing, District Court Judge Curtis Gomez proposes the possibility of placing the Virgin Islands landfills under federal receivership. At the meeting, the VI Waste Management Authority, the Department of Planning and Natural Resources, the Department of Health, and the Department of Finance testified about their objectives and goals. Here's more.
Yesterday, during the hearing, the judge requested a progress report from the authority by December 17th, and thereafter a report every 30 days. Of course, plans are currently in place to make improvements of the landfills, and the authority is working, of course, along with the administration to make these improvements to the landfills. Also, there has been movement by the MAP administration with monies to assist with moving us forward with addressing the concerns in the consent decrees at the landfills.
A possible hazardous fuel tank at the Gallows Bay Marine Terminal has the area's residents concerned. For more than a year, residents and business owners near the Gallows Bay Marine Terminal have been concerned at the storing of a potentially combustible fuel tank. Residents voiced their opinions about the storage tanks during a VI Port Authority meeting in August of 2015. Since that meeting, the executive branch addressed the issue by informing residents that the VI Port Authority agreed to move the tank to be stored at the South Shore facility. Count on two to keep you updated. In a special meeting Wednesday, the governing board of the Virgin Islands Water and Power Authority approved changes to the utilities generation strategy, paving the way for stabilizing power generation and introducing new generators to the Randolph-Harley Power Plant on St. Thomas by the end of 2017. The revisions to the plan calls for the procurement and financing of 3 7-megawatt units, along with a heat recovery system that will provide an additional 7 to 10 megawatts of electrical power. The new units, which will provide a combined 28 to 30 megawatts of power, are in addition to 3 7-megawatt units manufactured by Wärtsilä An engineering study is now underway to determine the technical suitability of the Wärtsilä power plant. Rima said the new generation, once fully functional, could save the authority about $20 million per year. The Rules and Judiciary Committee met in the Louette's conference room to consider bills including a bill enacting the VI Uniform Guardianship and Protective Proceedings Act, a bill allowing My Brother's Workshop to use the Human Services facility in Kings Hill, St. Croix, a bill enacting the VI Source Separation Act to manage the solid waste stream in the territory, a bill also to establish a waste reduction and recycling program, and a bill relating to homeschooling. Well, 24 VI Guardsmen departed the territory in January 2016 and returned home today, just in time to share the holiday season with their loved ones. Just early this evening, the Adjutant General for VI, Brigadier General Deborah Howell, hosted family and well-wishers on St. Thomas late this afternoon for the soldiers' return at the Cyril E. King Airport. A brief ceremony was held at the airport reception area for Operation Freedom's Sentinel, the HHC 786 Combat Service Support Battalion. They spent about 10 months in Kuwait and Germany. In January 2015, U.S. Forces Afghanistan ended its combat mission and commenced its new mission, Operation Freedom's Sentinel. 11 of the 24 VI National Guardsmen deployed on prior missions, and we welcome them back home. The Coast Guard, in cooperation with responders from federal, state, local agencies, and industry stakeholders, they conducted an area maritime security exercise Wednesday in Puerto Rico. The annual tabletop exercise is part of the nationwide Area Maritime Security Training Exercise Program. This exercise is being conducted to test the effectiveness of the Area Maritime Security Plan drafted by federal, state, and local agencies and industry representatives as the framework for how to respond to port-wide security incidents in southern Puerto Rico. The Coast Guard recognizes that providing maritime security in the Caribbean region requires the close coordination of area responders. Turn our attention to the States. Donald Trump's transition team announced the names for 3 high-profile positions in the future administration Friday. But these appointments don't come without controversy. Dan Gallagher explains in this report from Washington, D.C.
The Trump transition is shifting into overdrive, releasing picks for 3 high-profile national security positions Friday. But once again, these selections are not without controversy, especially when it comes to Trump's choice for his national security advisor, retired U.S. Army Lieutenant General Mike Flynn.
His views really scare me, frankly.
An early and loyal Trump backer, Flynn was forced out as the head of the Pentagon Defense Intelligence Agency in 2014, but it's his anti-Islam positions.
It's like a malignant cancer
that have many concerned about the pick, especially since Flynn will not require a Senate confirmation. Kansas Congressman Mike Pompeo, Trump's choice to head up the CIA, will. The Army veteran who graduated first in his class at West Point is receiving praise.
When I saw the choice, I was heartened. I think this is a serious man who takes these questions seriously.
Still, some point to Pompeo's role in the Benghazi hearings. The congressman released his own report faulting Clinton when he felt the Republican-led committee did not go far enough. Trump's attorney general pick is a popular one among conservatives.
My colleague and good friend Jeff Sessions, who is going to make an extraordinary attorney general.
But critics of the Alabama senator are quick to point out that he was denied a federal judgeship in 1986 over allegations he made racist remarks. Jeff Sessions has denied making those remarks. Looking ahead, Trump is expected to spend the weekend going over more potential picks, including a much-anticipated meeting with one-time foe Mitt Romney. In Washington, I'm Diane Gallagher.
Keeping our eye on the economy, let's take a look at the stock market watch at the New York Stock Exchange. According to the numbers there, we can see everything down. The Dow 35, NASDAQ down 12, S&P 500 also down 5. Coming up on News 2, our VI Recycles feature as we continue to recognize Recycling Month with a school that's pushing a green team. Welcome back. Governor Kenneth Mapp wishes all residents of the VI a happy Thanksgiving. And in recognition of the Thanksgiving holiday, Governor Mapp has issued a proclamation providing for administrative leave for all non-essential government employees on the Friday following the holiday. In his proclamation, Governor Mapp stated, "The holiday season is upon our territory, and we all look forward to the gathering of family and friends on Thanksgiving Day, Thursday, November 24th. He said, "I would like to extend that holiday and grant administrative leave on Friday, November 25th, 2016. The governor's proclamation authorizes commissioners and agency heads to grant administrative leave to non-essential employees working in the government of the Virgin Islands." Well, the free flu shots are still being administered, and just a reminder, remember to bring your immunization card if you have one. Seniors, don't forget to bring your Medicare card. On St. Croix, the last one is Wednesday, November 23rd at the Wanaflui Hospital lobby from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Now, the last one was held today at the Schneider Hospital lobby on St. Thomas. According to the latest Zika report, the number of positive Zika cases spiked to more than 100 since last week's report from the VI Department of Health, but they say the increase is because of a backlog of test results coming in. The prior week, there was an increase of 108 to total 747 cases. Since last week, St. Thomas had 10 reported cases, St. Croix had 17, St. John had 7. Now, you can go to the Health Department's website to check out the latest reports every week. It's www.doh.gov.vi. Time for our VI Recycles feature as we recognize Recycling Month with the VI Waste Management Authority with a school that's pushing a green team. It's a special effort. Here's more from Antilles School. Antilles School's Green Team has been active for 5 years. It started with waste management and then beautifying the school.
We started very small, just as something in 5th grade, where we started with waste management, recycling cans, and trying to beautify our campus and our island.
They then added composting.
For composting, we usually take one bin from one classroom, which is the 5th grade, and we go around every classroom in the lower school, 1 through 5, and we collect compost, which is all your throwaway fruits and vegetables, and we put them into that bin.
You put all of the compost into it, and then there's a handle and you can spin it around like 3 times and
take all of it into one bucket, and then we go down to the banana patch, and then we put it in the spinner and we spin it to break it up, and
we use that to fertilize soil.
And the members, over 66 students from 4th to 12th grade, serve as mentors.
We pick up trash around the campus. At lunchtime, we can go walking around the whole campus picking up trash.
Yeah, and we're all leaders of Green Team, which means that basically we get a group of Green Team pit crews, and then we basically lead them throughout it. Like, we take them with us to different places in the certain area that we're doing.
They take a lot of initiative and a lot of time, their own time, during recess or second half of lunch to preserve our, the beauty of our school and our island.
So our school is entered in the recyclable bag contest, where we have to make our own recyclable bag, and we really have to use it out of recycled material.
One of the major projects we do in Green Team is Earth Day, which we recycle seeds from other trees, and then we plant them and then spread them out through the whole school so everybody can have a plant they can grow.
Good job to the Green Team there. Great job there. International reggae legend and St. Thomas native Yura stopped in our studios to talk about his latest album, Rising Sun, and tour activities. Now, he is getting ready for a European tour to represent the VI with a package including Pressure, Bus Pipe, and Revelation de Royal. Here is more.
Well, Rising Sun is a very powerful album. It's an album that has about 8 different producers on it from various parts of the world. Okay, we have Dusty of Firehouse Crew, which is Sizzler's drummer. He's also a producer as well. He's there on Rastafari is My Guide. Also have Jadil and Farfar from Ice Drop Records, all right? And they have produced the song Calculate, which is #1 on the album. We have Zion Kings from St. Croix. There's also Boston Bim from France. I just want to give thanks, you know, to my parents. I really want to give thanks to, my management team, you know. I really want to give thanks to the Star Lion family and the Virgin Islands community and all my friends all over the world. But something major that's happening in summer 2017 is that Pressure Bus Pipe, Revelation the Royal, and myself, we'll be going to Europe together. We're definitely going to be booked for Denmark, Åland, which is an island on the Baltic Sea, Portugal, Norway, possibly Germany and France.
Congrats to you, Nayora, and we will be following. Thanks for that. Be sure to stick around. Your News 2 AccuWeather forecast is coming up next.
Well, we have a front that is laying just across Puerto Rico and also affecting the Virgin Islands here. And you can see the clouds associated with this. Also, we are watching for the potential for some tropical development back to the west. And if it does develop, it would be Otto. But taking a look at what we have across Puerto Rico, that's where you've seen some heavier areas of rainfall. So you see the scattered showers, thunderstorms. There's also flood watches in effect here in this area. But as you head to the east, you notice just kind of a scattering of activity. Now that's what we're going to see as we go through tonight. We'll have a shower or two. Any shower that we have, there's a lot of moisture, so we could have heavier downpour associated. Temperature of 77 degrees, and then for tomorrow in St. John, 86 degrees. Spotty showers, and like I said, any showers that do pop up, there's a lot of moisture, so you could have heavier downpour associated with any of those. In St. Thomas, 86 degrees with some spotty showers as well, and in St. Croix, 87 degrees with a shower or two around the area. Now, taking a look at your marine forecast on the Atlantic side, the waves are 2 to 4 feet. At times, they could reach 5 feet. And then winds out of the east at 10 to 15 knots. So pretty windy there on the Atlantic side. The winds are out of the east 5 to 10 knots on the Caribbean side. Waves 2 to 4 feet. And like I said, at times up to 5 feet for brief intervals. Checking out the forecast, it is going to be staying unsettled for the weekend. We have some of those spotty showers around. Any of those could have a heavier downpour. Maybe there could be a rumble of thunder associated as well. And then even as we go into next week, we will have showers around on Monday and Tuesday. Temperatures in the upper 80s and some spotty showers continuing even into Wednesday. Sandy, back to you.
Thank you for that. Let's take a look at our News 2 weather picture there by Kiara Thomas of Ricardo Richards Elementary School. And Kiara says it's smooth sailing into the weekend, but Kiara, we got to keep that umbrella handy, according to the forecast there. Send us your News 2 weather picture to the address on the screen. Be sure to include your name, age, description, and then tune in to see it right here on News 2. Stick around. News 2 Sports comes your way next.
I'm Gary Anthony, and this is News 2 Sports. Paradise Jam makes its official return to the Virgin Islands today. For 17 years, Division I men and women college basketball teams begin their season at the UVI Sports and Fitness Center. The men's 8-team tournament includes Crichton, Loyola, Montana, North Carolina State, Ole Miss, Oral Roberts, St. Joseph's, and Washington State. The games begin today and go through Sunday. 6 games will be televised live on CBS Sports Network, beginning with Friday's action at 4 p.m. and at 7 p.m., Sunday at 7 p.m. and 9:30 p.m., and Monday night at 7 p.m. and the championship game at 9:30. The women's tournament begins Thursday, Thanksgiving Day, and ends on Saturday evening, November 26th. The women's bracket includes Florida State, Gonzaga, Kansas State, LSU, Michigan, UTEP, University of Texas El Paso, and Winthrop. For Nels Hawkinson, Basketball Travelers founder and sponsor of Paradise Jam, this year's tournament is particularly special.
You know, without getting too much detail, me start crying and see, you know, tomorrow night my son's going to be balling and I'm going to be balling too, but I'm going to be crying and he's going to be hooping. You know, it's pretty special. It's unbelievable. How many people run tournaments for a living? Not many. And how many have their son that was a ball boy in the event from the time he was 4 to the time he was 12, has not been back in 9 years and comes back not only as a player in it, but a starter, but a pretty good player. It's better than even maybe a coach having to coach his own kid at the Division I level. Pretty special.
No, definitely not. I've been here, it used to be my 11th time here. Ever since I was a little kid, started at age 4, working as a ball boy here, and so it's excited to come full circle. Well, I immediately stepped out the plane. I knew he was going to act a fool. He was going to be doing something, but see him on that steel pans going crazy, but I couldn't expect anything less of him. I'm just excited to be here. Love the people of the Virgin Islands. Excited to show them what I've been working on.
It's a must-see event for the whole family. Division I college hoops up close and personal. From the hardwood to the diamond, Major League Baseball announced its MVP awards yesterday. Mike Trout of the Los Angeles Angels took home the hardware in the American League, becoming just the 4th player in Major League history to win 2 MVP awards by age 25. Chris Bryant of the World Series champion Chicago Cubs got the honor in the National League, becoming only the 6th player in Major League history to win the Rookie of the Year and the MVP award in back-to-back seasons. I guess you could say youth is served in Major League Baseball. And that's it for sports. Have a fabulous weekend. Sandy, back to you.
Thanks for that, Gary. You have a wonderful weekend as well. On behalf of all of us here at News 2, we'd like to thank you for joining us for all the latest in news, weather, and sports. I'm Sandra Duman saying we will see you next time.